really is a story of commitment and commitment to do the job right. When I was first, I worked with the community for 20 years when I get a phone call from Mary Pierce saying, help, help, help. This golf course could become condos. And don't you think it could become something else? So, of course, I responded that yes, it's associated with the Battle of Franklin, and if people had heard me on this topic once, they'd heard it several times. Franklin was a very significant battle. It was the end of the Western Theater campaign in many ways. What happened later 2 weeks in Nashville was sort of the final nails in the coffin, but the Confederacy was almost buried in the losses that they sustained here in Franklin. So it's a turning point in our nation's history. It's a crucial chapter in our state's history. So, I went on like that for a while. Mary's very patient. So she interrupted me. She interrupted me and then said, okay, well then you've got to come to city council and say all of that. And I'm going to have lunch there because it's a working session. So I thought, well, okay, free lunch, I'm a university guy. That sounds like a pretty good deal. So we came down and I spoke and others spoke, and the city started to make its commitment on the behalf of the citizens of this great town. And at the very beginning, we wanted to emphasize this is a program not only that is important to embrace who we are as Americans and as Southerners and as Tennesseans, but it's also part of economic development that can drive this state forward. Our heritage is an asset. Sometimes we forget that. It is something we should take great pride in. But boy, it is one of the great sustainable assets that we have. People come to the South. God, they want the South. They want the stories. They want the accent. They want the funky sides. They want the serious sides. Because in so many other parts of our nation, it's sort of all the same stuff. And here they find out maybe the roots of who we are as a nation. And certainly here in Franklin and in other places across the South in 1864 and 65, the tide did turn. And we headed to be that nation that millions of school children address every morning when they say the Pledge of Allegiance. That one nation under God, indivisible. Indivisible. That was decided here in 64. With liberty and justice for all, that process started here. And the markers out on the battlefield addressed that. Now, it took 100 years to complete that. And one of the odd things that I will always look back for myself personally in all of this, I'm speaking here today on this event. I also finished this week a driving tour for the city of Selma, Alabama, that will take people to 50 different places in Selma, Alabama, where those events took place that put the Voting Rights Act into existence and gave meaning to the phrase, and liberty and justice for all. So this is a momentous time in local history, in state history, regional history.